Morning. This is a very traditional practice today, and it's designed to rebalance our energies. So coming to start by lifting and rolling your shoulders, and then inhaling, raising an arm, breathing out. Slide to one side and hold your thigh with your hand. Inhaling, breathe in, raising your arm, and breathing out, lower your hand. Breathing in, raise the other arm. Breathing out, laterally come to the side. Breathing in, come to the top. And breathing out, lower your arm. One more time, raising your right arm. Breathing out, come to the side. Breathing in, stretch up. And breathing out, lower your arm. And breathing in, raise the other arm. Stretching up. Breathing out, come to the side. Breathing in, stretch up. And breathing out, lower your arm back down by your side and lift and roll your shoulder. And then just come to sway gently from side to side. Come to the centre. Lift and roll your shoulders again, and just turn your head to one side. Come to the centre and turn your head to the other side. And come to the centre. And once more turn your head to one side. Come to the centre and then turn your head to the other side. And come to the centre. Bring your hands together in prayer. This aligns your posture, and breathing out as we come back down to the mat. As we start the practice, just for a moment, by taking a seated posture and bringing our thoughts to the base of the spine, just focus on in and an out breath at the base of the spine. Moving up along the inside of the spine to the abdominal area. Focus your breath in and out at the lower abdominal area. Moving up one more behind the navel. Focus your attention as you breathe in and out at the navel area. Moving up to the heart space, behind the heart. Breathe in and out, bringing your focus to the heart space. Moving up to the throat. Breathe in and out at the throat area. Moving to the forehead. Breathing in and out, focusing on the forehead. And then finally bring your attention to the crown of the head, breathing in and out. Setting your intention for the day, a wish for yourself or a wish for someone else. Think that intention again, and then a third time to set it. And then bow your chin to your chest and come to line with your feet hip width apart. And we're going to reconnect again with that base energy at the base of the spine. Your knees are up, your feet are hip width apart. And just start by hugging your left knee into your chest. Your right knee is still bent. And take an in and an out breath here and let your body settle onto the mat. This focus is around the base of the spine, of foundational energy. The energy centre in this system is called the Muladhara, so it connects to the element of earth. And just focus on that lower area of the spine, even a little bit beyond the spine. Taking an in and an out breath. And then supporting your left knee as you place the left foot on the floor. And transferring your attention to your right side as you pick up your right knee and hug your right knee in towards your chest. Check that your neck is long, that your chin isn't facing or pointing up to the ceiling. And just enjoy this hug. You might find as you breathe in and out that the knee travels slightly towards you as you relax into the posture. It's knee to chest pose, but it's also a form in Sanskrit, a variation of a pose called Apanasana. And Apana is the base foundational energy. It's our energy of illumination. It's the energy that connects us to the earth. It's the energy that's nearest to the earth. And then breathing out, just support your hands either side, your leg either side of your knees. You place your right foot back onto the floor. Place your hands on your abdomen, elbows are out to the side, and just gently sway your knees in the same direction from side to side. For this movement, you can move your feet slightly wider than hip width apart for a softer movement on your lower back. And your hip lifts as your knees drift to one side. And you can stay moving your knees from side to side, or you can move your head as well. So your head turns away from the direction of your knees. Head and knees come to the centre, and then your knees drift to the other side, and your head turns away from your knees. And bring your knees and your head back to the centre, and you may want to readjust your feet. And now bring your attention slightly up your spine, the inside of your spine, to that lower abdominal area. And start by keeping your right foot where it is and picking up your left knee once more, hugging it into your chest. This time support your leg as you turn the knee out to the left and rest your left ankle on your right leg. You're opening out the inner left thigh. Your hands can rest on your abdomen or just rest on your thighs. And just enjoy the inner groin stretch, which accesses into your energetic lymph pathway of your inner groin, your lower body. And you can gently sway both knees from side to side. Your lymph is, of course, very connected to your immune system. So this very gentle opening, this figure of 4, is helpful in opening that inner groin, and it's also helpful for moving the hips, an aspect of hip flexibility. And then very gently hold your legs, your left leg under the thigh, lift your left foot off and replace your left foot on the ground. And transfer your attention to your right knee as you pick and hug your right knee into your chest. And then turn your right knee out to the right, supporting it with your hands, and place your right ankle on top of your left leg, opening out your right knee to the side and placing your hands, as we did before, either on your abdomen or on your thighs, and you can rock gently from side to side. It massages across the upper sacral area, and how much you massage yourself depends on how much you sway. It's all optional. And then very gently take hold of your right thigh and lift your right leg off your left, placing your right foot back down on the ground. And breathing in, bend your elbows and clasp your wrists, bringing your elbows up above your head. If your hands don't touch the ground, the backs of your hands don't touch the ground, don't worry, just bend your elbows a little bit more and rest the backs of your hands on your head. But you can feel the stretch under your arms, and so we're now focusing on the upper energetic pathways of the lymph and again your upper immune system. But do bend your elbows more if that feels too much of a stretch for you. And as the elbows are up above you, you'll have a little gap under your lower back. And you'll feel a stretch at the chest level. So this becomes a very uplifting movement, even though you're lying down. And uplifting is also uplifting emotionally. And you can again sway your knees gently from side to side if this feels good, or just stay static with your knees in one position. And again, you'll feel the stretch from your elbow along the backs of your arms that can often not get stretched in our everyday movement. And then start to breathe out and let the breath take the weight of your elbows as you lower your elbows back down to your side. And then pick one knee and then the other knee up as you hug both knees into your chest. And just gently rock from side to side. And then hug your knees centrally in towards your chest. Breathing in, extend both legs and both hands up towards the ceiling. You can extend the backs of your heels to feel the stretch along the backs of the legs, and you can stretch your fingers out. Breathing out, bend your knees back into your chest again. And just once more rock from side to side. And once more extend both legs. You can keep a soft bend in your knee, arms upwards, stretch your fingers, stretch your toes, and then release and relax, bending your knees back into your chest. And once more rocking from side to side. Support your legs underneath you as you place one foot and then the other foot back down onto the ground. And open your arms into a T, so they're open out at shoulder length, palms are down. If that feels again too much of a stretch, lower your arms as they really resemble more of an A. And then bring your feet wider than hip width apart towards the edges of your mat. And let both knees drift to one side, your hip will lift. Adjust your feet to feel comfortable, it's a twist. And then just let your head turn away from the direction of your knees. So we're going to stay here for an in and an out breath. And then bringing your lower abdomen slightly towards your spine, so just engaging your tummy muscles slightly to bring your knees back up to the centre, your head comes to centre, and then very gently roll to the other side, letting both knees drift towards the floor as your other hip lifts off. Your head moves away from your knees. You'll feel the stretch also under your arms. Another option is to bend your elbows and rest your hands on your waist if that really is too much under your arms. Either way, you're giving space for your lungs as well to breathe fully into this position. And then engaging your tummy or lower abdominal muscles in slightly to support you. Bring your knees back up to the centre. And then once more lower your arms down by your side and adjust your feet now back to hip width apart. Pick up your left knee once more, hug it in. Drop your hands underneath your left thigh and extend your left foot upwards. You can keep a bend in your left knee. Extend your left heel and point your toes away from you, as little or as much as you would like, to feel a stretch on the back of your foot. This again connects into the lymph area or energetic system in reflexology. And then extend your heel again and point your toes away. And then begin to gently circle your ankle in one direction. And then circle the ankle in the other direction. And then stretch your toes out and relax them. You can carry on to scrunch them in, mindful of any cramp. So leave that to you to stretch your toes out. The base of your toes connecting to the feet represent lung meridians. So you'll open your lung meridians and boost your immunity by stretching your toes and then just relaxing or curling them in. And then walk your hand up the back of your right leg. You're just bringing your left leg, you're bringing your leg towards you. And then just release, bending your knee into your chest. And supporting that knee and foot as it goes back down to the ground. Take an in and an out breath as we transfer our attention to the right leg, hugging the right knee into the chest. Dropping the hands behind the thigh to clasp your hands in support as you lift your foot up to the ceiling and extend your right heel. That extension of the heel will feel all the way along the back of your leg. And then point your toes as little or as much as you would like. Breathing in, extend the heel. And point the toes. And then very gently begin to circle the toes in one direction. And then circle the toes in the other direction. And then stretch your toes out. Relax them or carry on curling them in. And stretch your toes out. Relaxing and curling them in. And one more time stretching them out and relaxing or curling in. And then bend your right knee back into your chest. Hugging it in. Bring the other left knee to join. So you're hugging both knees in. Holding both knees with your hands. And this time, holding the knees, let the knees extend away from you to arm's length. Breathing out, hug your knees into your chest. Breathing in, let the knees extend away. Breathing out, hugging the knees into the chest. Breathing in, let the knees extend away. Breathing out, hugging the knees into the chest. Again, knees away, breathing out, hugging into the chest. And then just rock from side to side. And take your time to come up to a seated position. So you might like to roll to your right. Take time for the blood to readjust to the movement. And then very slowly come to press your hand down, coming up to a seated position. And come to comfortably. If you need any support underneath you, then come to take that. And sitting up, hold your knees, breathing in and breathing out, chin to chest. Breathing in, sit up. Breathing out, chin to chest. Breathing in, sitting up. And breathing out, chin to chest. Breathing in, sitting up. And breathing out, chin to chest. Sit up naturally. And then separate your knees and bring the soles of your feet together. You can bring the feet as near inwards as or outwards as you want to. The closer you bring your feet towards your perineum, the more you'll feel the stretch on the inner groin. Sit up straight, and then just relax in and slide your hands either to your ankles. You can massage your ankles with your thumbs, or you can slide your thumbs down a little bit further to massage the instep, the soles of your feet, or both. It's a self-care massage. You've got a lot of little acupressure points all the way around here, and they're often the little sore points, the little dents that your fingers feel into. So again, it's very helpful and very useful to just give yourself a little bit of self-care. Another very helpful thing is that if at night time you put a little tiny bit of oil, it can be a cream, it can be any oil, on the instep of your foot, soles of your feet, it draws the toxins out. It's very much, you get detoxification patches that draw out the toxins, but this will do the same thing. And it supposedly supposed to help you sleep better. So I guess if you put a little bit of scented oil on there, but anyway, it's just something to do. And then very gently stretch your legs out into a V. Lift the flesh out from under your bottoms and just bounce your knees. And then sit up and inhaling, raising your arms up. Turn towards your outstretched left leg, bend your elbows in and slide your hands down your legs, settling somewhere along the shin. Have a sense of lengthening or bending from the almost base of the tailbone rather than the waist. It's a subtle lengthening of the spine. Breathe in, slide your hands up your shin a little bit towards the knee, and breathing out, slide your hands down the shin. Breathing in, slide your hands up. Breathing out, sliding down. And breathing in, sliding your hands up. And breathing out, sliding your hands down. Stay here for an in and an out breath. Slide your hands up your legs. Just balance your hands either side of your body to lengthen you. And breathing in, raise your hands to touch above your head. You can have your elbows bent. Turn towards the outstretched right leg and bending your elbows, slide your hands down your legs, settling somewhere on the shin. Breathing in, lift up slightly. Your chin is slightly tucked in. This is a very calming exercise. Breathing out, sliding your hands down the leg. Breathing in, sliding your hands up. And breathing out, sliding your hands down. And breathing in, sliding your hands up. And breathing out, sliding your hands down. And stay here for an in and an out breath. Sliding your hands up, come back to the centre. You might like to bring your legs slightly closer. Just not forgetting the hands, circle the hands. You can circle them as high as you want or as low. Circle the wrists down. And open, stretching your fingers, curling them in. Open them, curling them in. And open and curling them in. And then bring the tips of your fingers together. This is Hakini Mudra. It helps in focus and concentration. Just bring your chin to your chest. We tend to do this naturally, actually. Breathing in and breathing out. And then turn to kneeling, bending your knees, and come onto your hands and knees in cat position. So your hands are underneath you, shoulder width apart, your knees are hip width apart. And breathing in, dipping your back, either looking up or along the mat, depending on your neck, and breathing out, rounding chin to chest. And breathing in, dipping your back, and breathing out, chin to chest. This time tuck your toes, bring your bottom towards your heels, it doesn't have to be totally,
Just enjoy the stretch. You might want to stretch your hands out further and really stretch into the thoracic area of the back. And then slide your hands back. And if this is accessible to you, bring your lower abdomen in towards your spine and then come into a very soft downward dog. Walking the dog. Bending one knee and then the other knee. Then bend both knees and extend the heels. They don't have to touch the ground. Bend both knees. Feel that your back is extending and your bottom is away from your hands, extending your legs. And then bend both knees back down to the mat. And move your hands to the left to give space for your right foot to come up. Move your right foot, if you need it for the balance, out further to the edge of the mat. And just rest your hands on above your knees. And then breathing in, raise your hands up and stretch your fingers. And breathing out, turn to the inside of your right leg, resting your right hand on your waist. Come back to the center, tummy in as you lean forward, hands either side of your right foot. Just enjoy the stretch on your groin and then bring your right leg back into cat. And once more just dip your back and rounding chin to chest. Come back to neutral and move your hands to the right so you bring up your left foot. Hands either side of your left foot. You might like to move your left foot again slightly out to the side, to the left, for support. Your back foot can be tucked or flat. Tucked toes gives you more support on your spine and is possibly more in traditional yoga, but flat foot is very much in common use. And then lift up, hands on just above the knees, get your balance. Just enjoy the stretch. And then inhaling, raising your hands up, stretch your hands out. And then lowering your hands, turn to the inside of your left leg, hand goes on your waist, and just turn, enjoying this twist. Come back to the center, and then tummy in as you slide forward and bring your hands either side of your front left foot. Just enjoy the stretch. And then slide your left foot back, and once more, untuck your toes now, cat-cow, dipping your back, looking either along the mat or up, depending on your neck capacity, and breathing out, rounding, chin comes to the chest. This time as you dip your back, stay with the back dipped and just dip your elbows and then straighten them again and feel the pull on the lower abdominal area. Again, just slightly dip your elbows and then straighten them and feel the lower abdominal pull. And then come to a neutral back with your chin just tucking in slightly, and just wave your bottom from side to side. Rock-a-bye baby. You're just swirling all your lower abdominal energy around. Your circle can be a semicircle, like a pendulum from side to side. Or if you want to explore that a little bit further, and do feel free to adjust your knees as well, or your hands, you can make a figure of 8 with your bottom, so that you're swirling top and then at the bottom. It's all optional. How far you want to make your 8 travel is up to you. You can make it more exaggerated, in which case you'll come further backwards and come further forwards. And notice that you will have chosen one direction, one 8 to follow. So you can carry on with this figure of 8, or you can reverse it optionally and just see how easy it is to go in the opposite direction. Our movement, this is very much controlled by our brain, so it's interesting to see if we favour one side or the other, and most of us do actually. And then come back once more to rockabye baby, and then come to drop to one side, extend your legs out in front of you, and then come once more onto your backs, come onto your elbow, and then onto backs, knees are bent, feet are hip width apart. Hands or palms down. We're moving to a pose that will be very familiar to you. In Sanskrit it's called Dvipadapitam, or bridge. So we'll start with a pelvic tilt, hands down, just check that the back of your neck is long, and flatten your back to the ground as if you're going to lift your bottom, and then just release and relax. Relaxing gives a little space under the spine. Flatten, and then release and relax. And flatten, and then release and relax. Now this time, as you flatten, press your feet down, press your palms down, actually lift your bottom a little bit, or a little bit more. Raise your arms above you, chin tucks in. The hands can touch the back of the floor, or wherever you get is comfortable, and then breathing out, start to lower your hands and start to lower your back down to the floor. The end of the breath, hug the knees into the chest, and then extend the feet up to the ceiling, and bring the hands together through that V, palms together. Hug the knees into the chest, and then slide the legs back down. You can have your hands to support your legs. Palms down on the floor, pressing the feet down, lifting the bottom, raising the elbows. They can be bent, chin tucks in to protect you. Breathing out, lowering your hands, lowering your bottom back down to the ground. Hug your knees into your chest. And then extend your feet upward to the ceiling in a V, hands through the V, and then bend your knees back into your chest, and then lower your feet back down to the ground. And one last time, press your feet into the ground, lift your bottom, raise your bent elbows, stretching up, breathing out, lower your hands and bottom back down to the floor. Hug your knees into your chest, and then extend your feet up to the ceiling, opening in a V, hands and palms together. Hug your knees into your chest, and this time just rock from side to side, enjoying the massage across your lower back. And then just support under your legs to bring your feet back down to the ground. And you can either stay here in constructive rest where you might like to bring your feet wider than hip width apart and your knees touch so it forms an A, or you can simply just extend your legs along the ground in rest, shavasana or corpse pose for a few moments to let the energy absorb into your system for total rejuvenation. So adopting a pose that's comfortable for you, bring your attention once more to the base of the spine. And as you breathe in and out, focus on releasing and letting anything go from the base of the spine all the way down through your legs, through your feet, anything you don't want. It's your element of earth that we're focusing on here, and this is connected to the sense of smell. It's to do with our survival. It's something we share with all the animal kingdom. And then moving your attention a little bit further along the inside of your spine. You're coming into your abdominal area. So this is very much focused on fluid, water element, and very much to do with the imbalance, the sensation or the emotion of joy and out of balance fear connects, of course, to our kidneys, and on top of the kidneys there are the adrenals. And the adrenals are very much linked to the stress response, but also strangely connect with another energy centre further up our body, around the throat, around the thyroid gland. So just release and relax anything you don't want and let that flow down your spine, your legs, and out through the base of the soles of your feet. And then bring your attention a little bit further up behind your navel. And not surprisingly, this is the element of fire and connects to our digestive system. So all our digestive enzymes, just think of relaxing the stomach and allowing the stomach muscles relax, allows greater digestion. And then just following up a little bit higher behind the heart. The heart area is very complex, both physically but also emotionally, and is viewed in yoga as having knots at the heart, just focusing on lifting your chest and opening the heart center. So in this system it connects to the element of air and connects to our sense of touch, our hands. You can see link through to the heart, and then just very gently follow your mind up to your throat, connected so much with our respiratory function, but in its own right you've got the thyroid and the parathyroid glands, part of our endocrine system, and these, the thyroid connects particularly to adrenals and stress. Exhausted adrenals can lead to a thyroid being slightly out of balance. So bringing your thoughts and your focus to the throat, breathing in and out, and letting anything go you don't want. And this connects to the element of ether, more refined. And then bringing your attention up a little bit further to your third eye, which is the dent in your forehead. Connects very much to the brain, of course, and our knowledge, our intuition, and this again is connected to the element of ether in this particular system. You can get very clogged up here, but this also links through in the endocrine system to both the pineal and the pituitary glands situated in the brain. So part of our master metabolic control. So just bringing your attention there. And then finally let your attention drift to the top of the head, the crown of the head, and just this again links us with the outside world, our higher consciousness, but also all the waves, we pick up vibes from other people. So this links and unites everything. And again there's the element of ether. So taking a breath in to a point in the centre of your head, encompassing all the points in the head, third eye, throat, third eye, and the top of the head, and then breathing out like an internal shower, misting the air all the way down through your body, letting go of anything you don't want, any niggles or pains, both physically and emotionally, and let them just leave through the soles of the feet. And in your focus, bring your focus now to the base of your nostrils, noting the air as you breathe in slightly cooler, going to that point in the centre of your head, and breathing out, misting all the air down through the body, leaving through the soles of the feet. And now choose a colour and reconnect with that thought for the day that you might have made, that resolve, that sankalpa at the beginning of the day, and breathing in a coloured air of your choice. It can be any colour that you resonate with today. And breathing in that coloured air, let it travel to the point in the centre of your head as you imagine it, and breathing out, mist the coloured air all the way down, leaving through the soles of the feet and taking with it anything you don't want today, going back to the earth. And then finally, as you breathe in through both nostrils to the centre of the head, your coloured air, and let the air expand not just inside you but immediately outside you, And then just let everything as you breathe out travel down inside and out, taking with it anything you don't want. And finally leaning through the soles of the feet. You've set your intention for the day. So either staying where you are, or if you want to come to a seated position, very welcome to do so, in which case just move fingers and toes and hug your knees maybe into your chest, but you're welcome to stay where you are. Either physically take a bow for yourself or mentally take a bow for yourself.